Learn to crochet with Potter and Bloom.
So this is my video tutorial for the Rihanna crochet blanket. A Rihanna crochet blanket, I mean literally, the girl is the coolest girl on the planet. And if you haven't seen the work video, it's the second. There's like two videos, one where she's wearing like a net dress in a club, and then the second video is just her and Drake, and they're in a room, and it's all like really pinky lighting, which is a bit frustrating because you can't actually see. Let me show you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see on. You're probably not going to be able to see on there, are you? Nope. I will take a picture and I will put it up where I'm talking over that bit. I can't even get my words out. Yeah, so basically it's the second video, and she's in a room, and you can see her boobs, but yeah, on one side of the room is a sofa with a big crochet blanket on it, and it's really cool. It is a standard granny blanket, and each colour, you can't really tell what the colours are, which is a bit frustrating because of the pink light, but it does look like they're yellows and pinks, and it looks like they're edged in black. So yeah, so I thought I'd do a video tutorial because I'm pretty much imagining that everybody's gonna want one, and if not, then why not? So let me show you how to make your squares, and also what I'll do, because I've already got one square made up. So each of the squares are different, so you'll use a different colour for the centre and for each of the squares. I think I'm going to start with black. Black does not come across very well on video. Actually, black is just not that easy to crochet with, full stop. So let's give it a go. Let me give it a go. So you start with a slip knot and chain 4, 2, 3, 4, join with a slip stitch to create a loop, and then chain 3, which counts as your first treble, and then 2 trebles into the loop. Probably not going to be able to see any of this because I'm crocheting with black yarn, which is a right bugger if you ask me. Very rarely use it. Can never tell where one stitch ends and another starts, and it is difficult to work with. But all of the traditional grannies, especially ones that were made like Rihanna's, where there are lots of squares joined together, lots, you know, traditionally, and especially from the 1970s, black was often used as the edge, and it's not so popular anymore. There should really be a bit of a resurgence, I think, because it sets off the colours nicely. I'm not entirely sure if it sets these colours off all that well, because they're quite lurid. Yep, lurid is the word that I'm going to use. Very bright. But yeah, I do love those the look of those traditional granny blankets with black edging. So all I've done is started off my granny as per usual. So three chain and 2 trebles. Then chain 2 to create your first corner, 3 trebles, chain 2 second corner, 3 trebles, chain 3 third corner, 3 trebles, 2 chain, and join with a slip stitch. Now, because each round of the Rihanna granny, each colour is 2 rounds. So I'm doing a second round with this black, and what I like to do when I am doing a second round with the same colour is I slip stitch across into this corner. Okay, so I'm in this corner now where I can begin with my chain 3, 2 trebles, chain 2 and 3 trebles, all in that same space. This is creating your new corner. Now if you are stuck for any of the terminology or anything that I'm saying that you don't understand, then there is a video for it. So just look through, chain 1 and then move into the next corner, 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles. Yeah, just look through all my videos and you'll find an explanation for pretty much everything that I'm talking about in this video. And I'm doing my video on a different background because I did actually do this video earlier today on my usual white background, and because the colours are so neon-y bright, you couldn't really see what I was doing, so I'm reshooting on a wooden surface, and I'm hoping that you can see, although pretty much you can't see because I'm using black, which is terrible. So 3 trebles, 2 chains and 3 trebles. So yeah, you know, I always knew that crochet was cool, chain 1. But now that there's a crochet blanket in a Rihanna video, well that's it, isn't it? Cemented into the cultural landscape. And I mean, if Rihanna's got a crochet blanket, well then everybody should have one, shouldn't they? Better Nana knitted it as well. That would be even better, wouldn't it? Right, so we've done our first 2 rounds in black, which I'm not loving because you can't really see, and I always try to pick colours that you can see, but if I hold that up you should be able to see that that is 2 rounds of the granny. Okay, so the next colour I'm going to use is, oh, let's go for this really bright. Let's go for this really bright pink. I'm using Stylecraft Special DK because I've got all of the colours, and I'm joining my next colour. You can use whatever colour you want to. I'm joining my next colour into a corner space and I'm stitching it in. Chain 3, 2 trebles. Whoopsie. 2 trebles, chain 2, and 3 trebles. Okay. God, this colour's even worse, isn't it? Chain 1, and then in this middle space here we work 3 trebles. Okay, and then chain 1, and then in your corner space 3 trebles, two chain and 3 trebles. And then chain 1, and then middle space 3 trebles, whoops, get away, you're not included in this party, 1 chain and then corner again. So yeah, check out the video and check out the blanket, you'll see what I mean. I might, I think I'm going to get this finished in the colourways for, that I think Rihanna's blankets in, and then I just really like the idea of doing the 2 rounds of each colour, so I think I'll probably do another one in a different colourway, one that pleases me a little bit. My video just switched off again, the camera, not my video, don't know why. So I'm in a corner again. Two chains. So yeah, I've been listening to that. I've been listening to the Rihanna song just to get me back into the mood. Betsy's gone back to school now, so I'm trying to get back into the working mode. I really didn't work very much at all while she was on school holidays, because it's impossible. So I've finished with 3 trebles, 1 chain, and now I'm joining with that beginning 3 chain. Yeah, it's impossible to work with a 3.5-year-old in the house. I'm going to slip stitch into the corner so that I can start my 2nd round from the corner space. Yeah, so I just sort of decided not to work. 3 chain, and then 2 trebles, 2 chain, and 3 trebles. So yeah, it's been a bit of a shock getting back into it, and also I've got a load of work stacked up, so I'm having to be, I read my stars at the start of this week, and they said, you're going to have a really busy week, girlfriend, and so you better get organising. And I was like, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm trying to plan everything down to the hour, really, which doesn't often work, especially when you're a bit tired. Betsy's been getting up at 5 again, so we're a bit tired and grumpy. But I'm really interested in that book. Have you seen that book? I can't remember the guy's name. I can't even remember the name of the book. But basically it's about getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and how that completely changes your life and gives you so much more time, you know, as obviously it would, because you're getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I remember last summer holidays, there were a few people on Instagram who were saying that they were getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to get work done before the kids woke up, and then they weren't able to do anything. And I can remember thinking, oh, I can never do that. I just like sleeping way too much. But actually, I'm starting to think that maybe by the time the summer holidays come around, I think I'm going to have to do that, because, you know, 3 weeks for Easter, it was okay to just get bits and spots of work done here and there, but for 6 weeks for summer, I just don't think it's going to be viable. So what I'm doing here is I'm working 3 trebles, 2 chains, and 3 trebles into each corner. And then I'm chaining 1 and working 3 trebles into the middle space. Okay, chain 1, and then 3 more trebles. And chain 1. Is it called Miracle Morning? I think it is. It's just come to me. Anyway, I was going to buy it, but then I love it when you're on Amazon and people leave reviews that basically say, this book's really good, but don't buy it, because pretty much I can sum up what he says. And then it just tells you exactly what he says. Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Meditate for a bit. plan your day, set your goals, and away you go. So I was like, yeah, thanks for that. Now I don't have to buy the book. And I'm a sucker for books like that as well. You know, productivity books and planning books and self-help books and how to get stuff done books, and oh my gosh, I love all that kind of thing. And then of course you end up with so many books. You need a book that's going to tell you how to manage your massive pile of books. God. So yeah, always grateful when someone on Amazon does the decent thing and tells you what the synopsis is of the book. So we have completed our second colour on this. So that's what it's looking like currently. Yep. What colour shall I do next? Tick, 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 tick. Did I bring the peach over? I don't think I did. Oh no, I don't want to do peach. I'll use this little pinky colour here. So then you get your third colour and you join it into a corner space. And you do exactly the same thing. Okay. You chain 3 and you work 2 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles, okay, and then chain 1 and 3 trebles in each of the edge gaps with a chain 1 in between. Okay, so I'm going to meet you at the end of the 2 rounds of this because it's pretty much the same. Okay, all the way around you're doing 3 trebles in the edges, 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles in the corners. Okay, so you do 2 rounds of your third colour and I'll meet you at the end. So I've just finished and I hope you have too. So that's the 2 squares. And what I'm going to do is show you, the reason I wanted to show you the final round, which is again in black. I do apologise, it is such pain. But the reason that I wanted to show you the back round in particular is because I am going to, this blanket is going to be a join as you go. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So you just start off normal. For this final round, you're only doing 1 round of the colour, but you're still doing the same thing. So you're doing chain 3, 2 trebles, 2 chain, 3 trebles in the corner, and again you probably can't see very well because I'm using black. Chain 1 and then 3 treble chain 1 in all of these side spaces. I've got a new tripod and it is a revelation how much easier it is. It's got oh, it's just great. It means that and it's actually quite narrow in the body, whereas my other one, which was from like 1970 something or another, was really spindly and I couldn't really quite get my arms wrapped around it to show you what I'm, to crochet. So when you're doing crochet tutorials, you sort of have to have your arms wrapped around the tripod so that they can be in front of the camera here. And when your tripod's big and spindly and a bit wobbly and really on its last legs, that is made a bit more difficult. So I've got a new tripod and it's lovely. Very pleased. Right, let's do that. So I'm coming up to my last one. Oop. 1, 2, chain 1. Okay, so along this row here I'm going to join it together with this square. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And the first thing that I do is into my corner space I do 3 trebles just like normal, and then I chain 1 instead of chaining 2, and I slip stitch from underneath. So I put my hook in the top, I get my yarn around my hook from the bottom and slip stitch it through. Okay, and then I work another 3 trebles into the corner space. It feels a bit fiddly, and in fact it is a bit fiddly, and it looks like it's really not going to work out quite well at first when you first do it. So instead of chaining 1 along the edge, what I'm going to do is slip stitch. So I'm now moving into the next space along, putting my hook in, pulling the yarn through and slip stitching it, and then 3 trebles again. You just think that this is not going to work, and then it does work and you're like, oh my god, that works. Okay, and then again, next space, slip stitch, pull it through and 3 trebles. Whoops, not like that, you don't. What have I done? Hello. So slip stitch and 3 trebles. Okay, so this is how you join your granny squares as you go. Again and again, slip stitch from the back, 3 trebles. Very fiddly, and especially when you get to the end and you're doing 2 or 3 rows as a join. Oh. Slip stitch through from the back and 3 trebles. Okay. Slip stitch through from the back. Let me just show you again slowly. So my hook goes into the front, the yarn is at the back, I pull the yarn through and I pull the yarn through. 3 trebles. Okay, 1 more. And then we're in our corner space again. And we do the same thing, so we go 1, 2, 3. I chain 1 and then slip stitch just because that's a corner. Okay, and then go along my merry way down the other side. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3, back to normal, and I'll show you what that joined edge looks like. Okay, chain 1. So there we have the join. Oh my gosh, this actually looks really cool. I wasn't sure. Thought, not sure about that, but let me take my hook out so that I can show you. So can you see where I've done the join? It matches up perfectly. Pulling my stitches out there. It's joined together. It joins it together really neatly. And all you do is you carry on going. And you carry on making. Where have you come from? What are you doing? You carry on going. You carry on making squares using whatever colour palette you like. I am going to continue using this colour palette so that I can get a completed blanket. I think I'll probably do another video actually, just so that you can see the finished result. But yeah, just use all sorts of different colorways, incorporate the black into some of your squares, because that's what it looks like has been done with Rihanna's blanket. Yeah, and join with black, follow my join as you go method. What I tend to do is I will join as many in a long row for how wide or how long I want the blanket to be. So currently I'm not entirely sure how many squares wide this is going to be, which is why I think I'll probably do a follow-up video so that you can see how this turns out. But I have to say, Rihanna's Nana, or whoever made that blanket, oh Rihanna, you have to tell us who made your blanket. Yeah, can't remember what I was going to say now, lost my train of thought. Yeah, whoever had that idea for that blanket, what a great idea. Personally, would never have thought of it. Yeah, I don't think that I would have thought of the colours. I mean, I've probably got the colours all wrong. Probably take that pink filter that they're using in that video away, and the colours are probably like, I don't know, blue and green, or no, they're not. They don't look blue or green, but you can't actually tell what colours they are, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, you can tell how it's made up. So that's what I've gone for. I've gone for I should call it a Rihanna inspired blanket, shouldn't I? And yeah, it's taken me somewhere that I never would have gone, and so I'm quite pleased. And I think I'm probably gonna get this one finished and then do another version in colours that I really like, with white edging, because I think with white edging that would look nice. Although I do feel like we should bring back the black edging on Granny's. And that's it, my loves. Join with a slip stitch, snap off your yarn, and you have got your first 2 squares underway for your Rihanna Granny. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will make it all up and join all of the squares. I'll probably leave one of the last squares so that I can show you how to join along more than one edge. It's exactly the same thing, it's just a little bit fiddlier. And then we can go through the edging of the blanket together as well. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video for this Rihanna work inspired crochet blanket. I don't really know what to call it. I'm just waffling on. I'll have a think about it when I'm editing the video, and I will name it accordingly. But yeah, she's my Rihanna blanket, really. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.